friends, how's it going? Welcome to my Pitch Black pre-release experience. I'm very excited to share this with you all. I love a pre-release, and this one is a very, very cool set. Our promo for today is Bastiodon. I really love Bastiodon. I love all the fossil Pokemon, so I was really excited to get this one. Unfortunately, the deck itself is quite bad. Maybe I was just playing it wrong, I don't know. I'm not sure if there's any other way to play it, truthfully, unless if you just get different cards. But if you're just playing exactly what you get, the idea is that you have to start with Skarmory. It is the only basic Pokemon in the deck because you can't start with fossils, those are technically just items. And so you want the fossils to be on the bench so that you can get Bastiodon on the bench, which then forces your opponent to have 3 energy, or at least 3 energy attached to it before it can damage your active Pokemon. That sounds like a really good ability, but it does not prevent damage counter placement. It just prevents damage. And so, if you're playing against a hide and sneak deck, they can just sprinkle damage on you with the Poltergeist or Sinistea, or I don't remember which one it is, Sinistra. One of those. They'll sprinkle the damage with that Pokemon, and then they can quadruple that damage using Spiritomb if they have 13 hide and sneak Pokemon in their discard. But as soon as they see that you're playing the Bastiodon deck, that's just what they do. Also, I was talking through that EX that we just got, very exciting to see our Lurantis EX. But anyway, to finish talking about the deck, it's a fun idea, it just doesn't work out very well in this particular format. Oh, we get a very exciting card in this pack. We have a Bastiodon again, but it's the illustration rare, so that was really, really fun to see that. It was definitely a fossil-based day. Also, I forgot to apologize right at the top about my editing style for this first part of the video. I had to cover up people's faces, and so that's why Zeraora is just there in the corner. But we got a couple of really cool cards at my table, including a Mega Darkrai EX special illustration rare, and then my friend Monique was playing with her Mega Zeraora. But then we get another pre-release experience, and unfortunately, we get a second Bastiodon deck. And this was a little too bad because this second pre-release was at a store where they award more packs if you do better in the tournament, and so immediately I was like, I'm gonna do bad, and that's it. Like, I'm cooked. Oh, but you know what I didn't mention earlier in the video about the Pokemon Trading Card Game Live code cards? I really love that there's a bunch of different ones this time. That one for this pack was a Mega Gardevoir, there's also a Mega Venusaur, a Mega Lucario, Pikachu's back again, I'm sure I'm missing one. But anyway, it was just really cool to see different colors for one, and just different Pokemon on those as well. I hope they continue doing that, because it made me smile, and a bunch of people were like, oh my gosh, it's not just Pikachu! Like, it was the talk of the town, at least at these pre-releases, so that was very fun. We also get a Chandelure, or a Mega Chandelure EX, excuse me. You know what I was thinking about when I pulled this was the Mega Chandelure EX special illustration rare. I remember in Japan they had to like recall the cards because there was a small graphical error on the card, like the artist forgot a line or something. I was curious if that was fixed for the English version. I'll have to take a look at that. But anyway, to talk about the cards that are actually in front of us right now, we got our very cool Koraidon Holo, and then coming up next is our last pack. Just to mention the tournament a little bit here, I won 1 game and lost 2, so that made it so that I only had 2 packs at the end of the tournament instead of, I'll typically try to get 3. If I go 2-1, sometimes I'll get 3 packs, so we just have a couple to open. We'll have 5 to open after this last one here, but we don't want to blaze through too fast because this one has a Armor Rouge illustration rare. It is so, so cool. I love the fiery art style here. So we are back from our pre-releases. We've got our extra packs here. We've got our first 3 from our first pre-release, the one that happened on Saturday, and then our second pre-release that happened on Sunday. I am so excited to just enjoy some more packs of this set. I was worried about not really being able to get very many packs, so just being able to experience pre-releases is just a treat, and getting these packs, of course, is just a little bonus there. So we got a Fossil Quarry, Manectric, Banette, a Type Null reverse, a Mabosstiff reverse, and then our rare is a Koraidon Holo. I love that artwork so much. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier or not, but I'm mentioning it again. It reminds me a lot of one of the artworks that was illustrated by somebody who entered the Pokemon Trading Card Game like illustration contest that they had. I don't remember if it was this last time or the time before, but I really loved one of the Koraidon artworks that didn't ultimately get chosen as one of the finalists. So anyway, I was just thinking about that. So we got a Lampant reverse, a Goldeen reverse, and then our rare is a Mega Darkrai EX. Very cool with that Abyss Eye attack, even though our set is not called Abyss Eye anymore. But still very neat to get that card, kind of the poster card of this set. It feels kind of wrong to not have a Darkrai in your set if you're collecting Pitch Black, so that is good. So we got a Goldeen, a Poltergeist, Mastiff, Pick-a-Peck, we got Gladion's Final Battle. I'm so happy that Gladion is in this set. His illustration, or his special illustration rare is so cool. I really want that card. Then we got a Volbeat reverse, a Goldeen reverse, and then our rare is an Armor Rouge holo, which we got the IR for earlier. So I'd love to hear what you all are looking for in Pitch Black. I feel like it's not as popular of a set as well, especially not as Chaos Rising, because Chaos Rising had a Greninja going for it. But I feel like, at least in my experience, Pitch Black pre-releases were a little more cutthroat than Chaos Rising was, but maybe that was just my personal experience. So we got a Primate reverse. Ooh, we have a Thievul illustration rare. That is really cool. I love this art style so much. Jerky does a great job with their artwork. I really loved the Dracloak and the Dreepy that they did in Ascended Heroes, so it's very cool to add one of their cards to my collection. And then we've got a Voltaic Energy. Of course we have an energy at the end here, but maybe that Voltaic Energy will summon a Mega Zeraora EX. That would be really cool. Again, I still can't believe that Monique had that Mega Zeraora EX SIR that she played with in our first pre-release. So cool to see that in person. That's definitely the card that I'm wanting the most from this set. I also really want that Manectric illustration rare. So we've got a Type Null reverse, we have a Marshadow reverse, and then our final rare is a Bastiodon holo. Well, overall, I think that we were quite successful today in our video with our 2 pre-releases and our extra 5 packs at the end. We've got our awesome Mega Darkrai EX and then our Thievul illustration rare to add on to our other EXs and illustration rares that we got at the actual tournaments. So since I'm uploading this on the actual release day of the set, I can actually give you guys this booster code. So comment and let us know what you got so that we know that you've taken it. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Good luck with your Pitch Black pulls, and I'll catch you all on the flip side.